Okay, hi and welcome to the Roland Studio. Today I'm going to try and do my first resin notebook molds. I'm planning on making several of these, and I'm going to try to open my Etsy shop back up soon, but if not, they will be, if I feel comfortable with them, I'll put them up in my the Roland Studio Facebook page, my business page, and all the links will be below in the description box. Otherwise, I also have a Facebook group, and you can reach me there at Out of the Box Creations, a Roland Studio affiliate, which is the affiliation Facebook group for this channel. And we have great challenges and different things like that going on over there, so come check us out. Again, description box will be, all the information will be in the information below. And let's just get started. I'm just not going to talk. I'm going to concentrate, and I'm just going to whip up some resin, and I've got some mica powders here. I've got some micro beads. I've got glitter. I've got fresh pressed flowers. I've got dried flowers. I've got all kinds of stuff that I'm going to be, playing with. And I've got two sets because I want my books that I make to be simultaneously made, because I don't want to mess up whenever I'm trying to go back and recreate it. So I'm going to do two at a time, simultaneous. And I appreciate you being here. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, comment, and give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Hey, I even appreciate my every video 2 thumbs down. Hey, thank you for that. It helps me with the algorithm. You ain't hurting my feelings. So anyway, go ahead and do that, and I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, here comes the big reveal. I did one other book in the bigger size, but it turned out a bit grungy, and I'd cut the film just to save time. But I'll show you. Remember, you got to remember, this is my first one. I was also in my truck, so I didn't have the most level situation. So I pulled one, the blue one, and I think I pulled it a little soon. I'm a little concerned about my mold. I don't know what happened to it, but I only used it the once. But it wasn't thick enough. It's beautiful, but it's too thin, and I've got a little bit of waving going on here. This is my first one, but I thought I was level, and I wasn't, and when I pulled it too soon, and it was too thin. So what I think I'm going to try to do is salvage it, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to try to put it back in here. Of course, I don't know how well that's going to work with it being all warped and everything now. It probably won't. I'll probably have to, you know, chalk this one up as a first do or first try, and maybe use it as a divider, because it's quite thin. So a divider might work. The brother or sister to that is this one here. They're beautiful. The color scheme and the design came out absolutely beautiful, but again, I've got this little wave that's not going to work. So I've got two fails. They're beautiful fails, but I could probably use these somewhere in some other project, or use them or thicken them, or just use them as a divider in my own personal, because where eventually I would like to get to where I'm going to sell these. I want to call it the Resin Shop, but like everything I do, I never have time, so we'll just have to see. But the only way I'd do that is if I make some product and have it ready, or made to order. I don't know. You guys can probably do it yourself anyway, but I'm going to tell you what, this was a lot of fun, even though I consider this a fail. They're quite interesting and fun. I mean, I'm going to do another one, but my green ones now, they turned out a little better. I put a little more resin. It's a little off. It's also a little wavy, but the color scheme, I used mica powder in this one, so it's got this beautiful, besides the glitter, it's got this beautiful green in here, that just gives it a pearl-esque, because that's what I used, was Pearl X. You can see that green shimmer, and lots of gorgeous green flowers. Again, too thin, a little wavy, but this one I might be able to salvage. I'm gonna try to put a new layer of resin on these. I'm gonna still try on the blue ones. If I can get a new layer, I might be able to get it and leave it alone, because I pulled them a little early, and in doing that I warped them. I don't think they would have been warped if I didn't pull it just a little. I got all excited. I pulled it too soon. So the green ones are beautiful, and I'm more of a blue person, but I'm going to do another one with the green mica powder, and these with blue mica. I didn't do any blue mica in here. I wish I would have, but I did not. But they're gorgeous, and I love them. I think they're pretty cool. They need another layer anyway, just because they didn't cover all of the flower, and it's a rough top. So I'm going to still try to do a coat of resin, and I might try to do it with no, I don't know, it's pretty wavy. It might be a lost cause, but I might try to coat it anyway with some UV resin, and just to see if it's salvageable. If not, well, it is what it is. These are my first ones, so you got to chalk it up for the first ones, right? But nevertheless, they're beautiful. They're cool. And I have already been also working on my pages to go inside my inserts. You could put regular inserts in here, but I'm doing some customizing if I can get through it, get home long enough to print some stuff up. You know, my life is just terrible when it comes to living out of this truck. I've got to save up some money to do a few things to do what I want, because I went and, you know, got myself a little bit in debt, so I'm trying to, you know, work it out. Work it out. So as soon as I can figure some things out, that's my goal anyway. So maybe you guys, once these get in better, you know, standing, maybe you guys might want to buy a few from me, because I'm planning to do more pressed flower art, but I want to make sure that I do it well. So I'm not going to give you a piece of junk. Right now, I'm going to consider these my first attempts and fails, but they might make nice little trays. I mean, the other side's really smooth, so I might be able to make some sort of a tray out of them. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I could just use some Jenga blocks or something and make a little tray. That'd be kind of cool, actually. See, you can salvage your mishaps. So anyway, I love them. Okay, so the most failed one, in my opinion, is the third one that I didn't show you, and I'm going to explain that a little bit. With these resin pieces, these book ones, I use the Amazing Clear Cast resin, which is fantastic. I love using that. But I also use the Amazing resin for the opaque one, the one that the white ones that turn white in like 5 minutes. I say 5 minutes because, man, this one ate me alive when I went to doing my experiment. And you can see I didn't have enough. I was almost out of it. But I did manage to get these two. These are the big ones. I mean, look at them in comparison in size, first of all. There's the green one, and then there's the blue one. This one's like a 3x5 or 5x, and then this, I wrote them down somewhere. Let's see. The little one is like a 3x5. This one's like a 4x6, and these are like 5. They say 5x7s, but it's a little bit bigger than that. I've put it as 5x7. It's a little bigger, but they're grungy. These ones, my purple ones, and they're grungy. I kind of like the grunge, but the reason I call it, I don't really know if it's really a fail, because one, these are not wavy like the other ones. I had enough product for these. The reason I was considering it a fail is because I used that other Amazing Clear Cast. Well, it wasn't clear, it was the white one, and I didn't have enough, so I left it and I attempted a geode, which that was the fail. The geode did not work, but I'm going to tell you, it still made a beautiful purple grunge. So I have the partial, I'll have to do some sanding because I did get over it a little bit. You can see the edge needs to be cleaned up. But overall, I kind of like these. I probably, maybe I'll go back and put it in the video or put it in another video. I'll put it in a different video if you want it. I usually leave my fails in there, but I don't like the backs. I don't like the backs. They are a little bit bent. I'll tell you what. Okay, so they're a little wonky too, but I think it's kind of cool at the same time. But that's why this one's so opaque, because I use that other casting resin, the white one, and I actually used the Pearl X mica powder to make this purple instead of white. And I didn't have enough in the centers, but I thought it'd be cool if I could make them kind of see-through. So you can kind of see that. But I wanted it more see-through than it turned out. But that's okay. I kind of like them though, because I like that little grunge look that they have. So they're not too bad. They're not perfect, but This one definitely is roughed out, but I think that makes it even more cool because who says anything has to be like flat? I kind of like the texture, and I kind of like the little bumpiness that this has. I truly think it gives it a more grunge, and I think what might be cool is to add some metal to these, maybe some metal corners or something like that, to add to the grunge, and then maybe even resin that over it. You can see it is bowed, so yeah, I need to do a real good job of leaving things alone. Learn to leave alone. That's the big key, is not to be pulling them early. I kind of was seeing, is it dry yet? Is it movable? And I know I was messing with them too much. So that's going to be the fail on that one, is that I did, this one's not so bad, but I bowed this one pretty good. Again, they're fun, and it's hard to keep your hands off of them, so that's going to be the biggest thing for me, and doing it out of the truck because I'm not on level ground. Right now I'm actually kind of like this. I'm in an up position in my truck on a hill, so it makes it real hard to do some of this stuff, so it's a bit of a challenge, whereas you guys have your non-movable desk at home. I'm shaking and vibrating, but nevertheless they're still fun. And I think that even though these probably wouldn't work for the book, they would be cool little trays of some sort. I don't know, I could do something with these things. Maybe I'll break them up and make some kind of a resin art within these, you know, maybe cut them up or something and do like a mosaic of some sort. I don't know. I'm gonna keep them for future, you know, where I came from and where I'm planning to go with them. I might even do another one tonight. Then again, you know, I might just wait till my break. Just have to see. I do like those though. Isn't that pretty? I love blue. Blue's my favorite color. But I'll have to tell you, these green ones are a runner-up. And I just had a lot of fun making that. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. And I would appreciate some feedback. And if it's even worth my time thinking of doing. But, hey, you don't know if you don't try, right? So, I am going to get off of here and maybe play around with another one. If I do, I'll record it. If I don't, you won't see it. So, I'll talk to you later. Bye. have to talk to you about this one. My truck was unlevel, so I had to add some resin here, and I used UV resin instead of the regular resin, and I wasn't thinking, and I put the UV light on, and I decided I started spreading it, but that UV light was catching some of it, so I created this little wave. So I still need to resin more of this, and then probably sand that down or leave it textural. I don't know. I kind of like that little goopy look. It's different and it's not perfect, and I kind of like that. Kind of like my little grunge one, but you can see where I added resin. It's all on the sides here. I didn't do it to the other one yet, and I don't know that I will. But nevertheless, it's still pretty darn cool, and I'm loving. Yeah, these are my first ones. I mean, these are experimental, so I'm learning as I go, and they're still very beautiful. It's still a lot of product in here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I'm not using my normal camera shot, but those are those clear little micro beads in there. And the glitter, and then there are some clear mica flakes in there, but I'm thinking maybe I should have used something more contrasting, because you can't really see them, the clear mica flakes. So I was saying micro. There's clear micro beads. There's glitter mica flakes, mica powder, which is what gives you this. That does look a bit like a salmon body, doesn't it? It's kind of cool though. But I'm going to do some sanding on this. I may even sand that down and re-resin it. But I don't know. I might leave it just as it is, just because I have a pretty cool setup that I'm going to be doing on that purple grunge one. I'm going to put some metal to it. I laid out my layout. I don't have it out to show you right now, but I have a layout that I plan to do and resin that metal in. So I think I'm going to salvage my purple one, but these are beautiful and I love them, and I can't wait to get these right. These are experimental, and I can't wait to get them right, because I do believe I'm going to be doing more resin crafts. I'm really enjoying it. I've always enjoyed it. I just don't do well in the truck, but I'm going to have to learn to get around that, because that's my life. So I will continue on my normal crafting, painting, drawing, any kind of art that I just feel like I'm in the mood for. That's what I'm going to do, because that's what I do. I call my mom the mood crafter, but I think I'm a bit of a mood crafter as well. Might need to change my name from the Rolling Studio to the Mood Crafter. So but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like my little notebooks, even though they're in experimental forms at this point, because I'm learning a little bit more of how to work with the resin. Now, I've worked with resin before, but not doing something like this before on such a grand level, and so it's a little bit sobering, say the least. It's not a hard thing, but it kind of is, because if you don't get those measurements right, you end up with sticky stuff too, and I did have a little bit of that, which is why I covered it also in resin, the UV resin. But I gotta fix this, I think, or turn it into some kind of a textural wave. But I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. They're still beautiful, aren't they beautiful? So be looking out for more resin crafts in the future. I hope that I can continue to do that. we'll see, I guess. So yeah, I'm sitting on my bed because I have a new camera set up for my phone, and I will be sharing that with you in hopefully a video vlog that I'm doing. I've been recording a few things, and I'm going to put it together and do a new video rolling studio vlog. So be looking for that hopefully soon. And until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to bed. Bye.